Well, good evening, everyone. And as you know, I am accepting this honor on behalf of many. First of all, I would like to ask the members of the MCC staff who are here to please stand. We have fewer than 24 people who are working with 400 nonprofit cultural organizations, 329 local cultural councils, tens of thousands of young people across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and these are some of the most talented people that you will see in public service in Massachusetts and beyond. And so thank you to the wonderful members of the staff of the Massachusetts Cultural Council. And we have incredible leadership from our board members. And I'd like to ask our board members who are present here today to please stand. Ira Lapidus, who is our board member, Barbara Grossman, who is the vice chair, Patricia Lorsch, Malcolm Sherman, Kay Sloan, Lisa Wong, Zakia Thomas, Rosamond Volley. Those of you who work with nonprofit organizations know that these are some of the hardest working people, and they don't get paid a nickel for their wisdom, intelligence, and for everything they do. So we thank you so much. You know, I'll be very honest with you. We love these big check ceremonies, but we are quite unaccustomed to being on the receiving end. So Phi Beta Kappa, the honor is enormous, but really, we love the money. And I want to tell you, all the members of Phi Beta Kappa, that we have already decided that we are taking this award and we are paying it forward. We have already decided that this is going to be the seed and the beginning of a new initiative at the Massachusetts Cultural Council that we have not even yet formally announced, called UP, Universal Placemaking, Universal Programming. This is an initiative to make Massachusetts the most accessible place on the planet for participation in the arts and culture. You'll be hearing more details about it soon. Valerie is sitting in the back row. She's one of our architects of this new initiative. But this award is going to be the seed funding for a prize that will inspire our amazing cultural organizations and cultural actors across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts to be innovative, creative, in making Massachusetts more accessible than any place for the arts and culture. So thank you very much. We are paying it forward, and you know this will be doing incredible work here and beyond. Now I have a confession to make. Until I got a phone call saying Phi Beta Kappa wants to give the Massachusetts Cultural Council an award, I really didn't know that much about Phi Beta Kappa. I obviously didn't qualify to be a member when I was in college. And so we did a little bit of research, and we found out it's a legit organization. It wasn't some guy from Nigeria trying to get into the state coffers. Actually, one of the most illuminating things happened yesterday morning when I had an opportunity to join John and a group of people from Phi Beta Kappa to sit around a few round tables and to think about how we take the story of the work that we do forward and have more impact. I didn't realize that we spoke the same language. I didn't realize that we were really doing the same thing. In fact, I didn't realize, all of you members of Phi Beta Kappa in the room, that you are partners with us that I didn't even know your names. And I want all your names before you leave, because we're going to be putting you to work. We all understand in our hearts and souls the value of the arts, humanities, and sciences. And isn't it with a bit of irony that both of us, those of us in higher education, those of us at your Massachusetts Cultural Council, while we know and can see, and the senator articulated so brilliantly, the power of the work, are finding public support, public investment in this work on the decline. The very day that we were preparing to accept this really important honor, our state house was cutting our budget 30%. Somehow, there's a disconnect. And part of the conversation that we were having was, how do we repair that disconnect? How do we articulate the power of what we're doing? I often say the Massachusetts Cultural Council is not an economic development agency, But when we do the arts well, communities prosper, jobs are created. We are not the Department of Education, but when every child in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has an opportunity to participate in the arts in school, they get a better education. We are not a human services agency, but when our most vulnerable youth have an opportunity to participate in the arts, their lives are saved and transformed. We know that doing the arts, humanities, and sciences well is the core of our work. And all of these other things are happy, wonderful coincidences and consequences of doing our work well. So, in an evening, Ira, of great despair, when we saw a House budget just stuck in the basement, I pulled a little piece of paper out that I keep in my desk drawer, because I always want to remember that what we do is really important, and for generations, important people have known it. And it was Robert Kennedy who was commenting on how we focus on the financial impact of work, the gross national product. But he says, that measurement does not allow for the health of our children, the quality of their education, the joy of their play. It does not include the beauty of our poetry, the strength of our marriages, the intelligence of our public debate, the integrity of our public officials. It measures neither our wit nor our courage, neither our wisdom nor our learning, nor our compassion, nor our devotion to country. It measures everything, in short, except that which makes life worthwhile. And that's what we focus on at the Massachusetts Cultural Council, and that's what we have in common with you at Phi Beta Kappa. Thank you so much for this honor.